What I excuse me, I just had a fucking coughing fit. I wanted to make sure I don't get that on my video. Fucking choking over here, goddamn. What are y'all live from New York? Is that the excuse me, is that the pigs? Alright. So community or problem orientated policing. They talk about, oh, if people have unacceptable behavior, if there's a problem in your community, how the fuck would they know that? How would they know if someone has unacceptable behavior? You know? The FBI threat assessment. If they feel you're coming close to violence, they do target hardening. This is their words. How would they know that? How the fuck would they know if you're coming close to violence? You know, and that you need to be controlled and all that. But how the fuck would they know that? Let me tell you what they do when you're a soft target and you don't know what's going on. All right, this video is about the baiting and setups and entrapment. All right, so I'm gonna give you a few examples of what they do when you don't know what's going on from my experience. Now, like 22 years ago, something happened that I thought, man, what the fuck was that? That was so weird. Now that I know that gang stalking exists, I'm a TI, and there's something called street theater, I figured this out. So before my first targeting went overt, like 20 something years ago, something happened that I was like, what the fuck? Listen to this, and then you tell me what this is. So I was like 19 or something, right? And I lost a lot of weight, and I was feeling good, and women loved me, and I was just trying to stay in shape and work on my basketball game. So late at night, I would roll a joint, go to the park, smoke, and work on my basketball game by myself. One night, I did that, and all of a sudden I see 3 people come in the park, some young men, right? And I'm still a teen, right? So 2 ghetto, thugged out black guys are walking with a white man on a fucking dog leash. And they're walking up to me at the basketball court. I'm looking at them like, what the fuck is this? They call us like, oh, what's up, man? You mind if we shoot around a little bit? You know, I'm like, no, it's cool, all right. He was like, yeah. I'm like, and I'm looking at the guy with his fucking leash. I was like, yeah, he's our slave. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, he's our slave. Like, he does, like, what we tell him to. And, like, he likes when we piss in his mouth. And he's looking at me, he's like, yeah, I like when they piss in my mouth. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, he likes that. You want to piss in his mouth? I'm like, excuse me? Do you want to piss in his mouth? And the white guy in the dog leash, he said, yeah, you want to piss in my mouth? You can piss in my mouth. I'm like, I just came here to, like, work on my game and shoot around a little bit. That's all. And they're like, all right, chill. You mind if we shoot with you? I'm like, all right. So the white guy dog leash fucking motherfucker stands on the side of the court and we start shooting around. And, like, after a while, I just kind of find the excuse to get the fuck out of there. All right. Now, this was before I even noticed I was targeted for the first time. All right. And I only figured this out a year ago or 2 years ago during my second overt target. I was like, oh, that's what the fuck that was. I live on the Upper East Side next to I lived in the Upper East Side next to the mayor's house. You don't got ghetto people going there with a fucking white guy on a dog leash looking for people to piss in his mouth. That's street theater, you know? All right, that's an example. Now, what else? Fuck, I did get... Oh, yeah, here's another thing. After my first targeting, when I became a soft target again, before my second targeting, I was homeless for 1 week because when I came back from the vacation, my landlord kicked me out, whatever, it's a long story, and I didn't have time to get a place. So I had to stay at a homeless shelter for 1 week, right? So I'm walking to the homeless shelter after work, right? And I'm just walking down the street, right? I hear a thud and a big bang behind me. I turn around, there's an Asian guy on the floor in regular clothing with a medical wristband around his wrist. And I'm like, sir, are you okay? He gets up and falls down again. I'm like, sir, are you okay? He's like mumbling. He's incoherent. I'm like, oh, shit. I called the ambulance right there and then. And I told them not to get up and just stay there. And I waited there for the fucking ambulance to get him before I left. I had to make sure that he was okay before I fucking walked away. Because this guy's falling all over the place. He's going to crack his fucking head. I'm sorry, but that was complete fucking street theater. That was bullshit. You know what I mean? You're going to tell, oh, I'm just randomly. By the way, I've been a target for half my life. And this was in my later years. This was a few years ago, before my second overt target. You're going to tell me that's not street theater? This is not how they tell if someone's coming close to violence or if someone is has unacceptable behavior? Are you fucking kidding me? Entrapment? The realest fucking channel about TI content I ever came across was Official Gang Stalking, or is it Gang Stalking Manual Official? I'm sure a lot of you TRs are familiar with that. Before I saw that, I was all into the free Masonic blah 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 agenda. I thought I was getting satanic ritually abused, this and that, and you know, I was ready to fucking end it. And then I came across his video, and then I watched his shit, and I researched it, and you know, I was able to sleep again. I calmed down. You know what I mean? Everything that guy says comes true. Everything. You know what I mean? That is the realest fucking channel. I do this because, one, it's therapy. Two, I don't want people to go through what I went through when I was young, or my kids, or someone I love. That's why I do this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I keep losing my train of thought when I make videos. I don't know why that shit happens. Yeah, so they do crazy shit, man. You know, they do crazy shit. And not only that, but when you're a soft target, this is also what they do. Let's say you're in a hurry, right? You got to get to work. They did this while I didn't know I was a TI and during my soft targeting. You're going to go to the deli to get a fucking coffee. It should take 2 seconds. You're just getting coffee. They're going to have a Mexican lady there doing lottery to stall you. You see? Fucking scumbags. Here's another thing you do. When I used to fight and argue with my family, then I went to the store to get cold cuts from a bulk and specialty fucking, meat shop. They'd crowd it. They'd flash mob there. It would take me 20 minutes to get my cold cuts. You see? This is soft targeting. See? This is how they can tell, oh, do you have unacceptable behavior? Are you coming close to violence? It's a business. This is a business. And just like Gang Stalking Official said, everything he said came true my targeting. All right? So this business is problem, reaction, solution. It's a business. They'll psychologically profile you and run this game on you. They don't do this for free. Nobody's out here doing this for public safety and national security. They're doing it because they're getting paid and they're signing up for federal grants. And the FBI bloats their budget. You know, let me tell you something about targeting before YouTube. That shit was hard. You know, you'll think that this is, at least you guys now know this is NYP. This is the police doing it to you on the ground level. The cops control this. I thought the cops never showed face, so I thought, damn, I got cyberbullied. Everyone thinks I'm a piece of shit. You start to believe it after a while. You know? Oh man. Yeah, but targeting back in the day was pretty rough. I was very demoralized. I was agoraphobic, you know? And they did a study on that, and I'm going to find that one day. The USC Berkeley or some shit did a study on the relation between gang stalking and agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is when you perceive your environment to be dangerous, because these motherfuckers go everywhere you go and traumatize you. Fucking scumbags. That makes you want to isolate and stay to yourself, which helps you fall for their tactics. You know, you have to be at peace with being isolated. Do not make that your option. Oh, I'm gonna be alone. No, we're humans. We're not meant to be alone. Don't do that for the feds. You know what I mean? Don't fucking isolate yourself for them. It's not everybody. I'm gonna start. I've dated during both of my targetings. You know, you can date. Yes, they set honey traps. Yes, they follow. Yes, but it can happen. Not everyone is in on it. Next time I'm on a date, I'm gonna make a fucking like down low sneaky video to show you guys. And when you're on a date, you're gonna get harassed. I was on a date with a chick, right? And we're sitting at the bar, right? We're talking. All of a sudden, I look up the bar. I see a few people wearing my color sway. They're wearing the colors exactly what I'm wearing. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers is doing mimicry. So what did I do? I ignored it. I made out with this bitch at the bar the whole fucking night. You know, this is the shit that I used to do in my first target. Ignore it and live your fucking life. All right, man, I don't want to make a video too long. Later, guys.